I hate Esther Winchester. Actually, I'm going to call her ST. I hate ST. Not because she's not, she's the worst boss in the game. No, it's very far from that. When you only talk about animations and music, she's one of the best bosses in the game. And her fight actually tells you a story about, how a cow, how meat becomes sausages and eventually ends up in your belly. So in case you were clueless about the whole process and you play the game and you get into the fight, you're going to learn a lot about how the whole process, and you're going to feel bad for every cow you ever seen. But it's not about that. Nah, it's not about the sweet music that it makes me feel like I'm a cowboy somehow, maybe. But out of all the bosses, she felt like the most pain in the ass boss. And every single one of her phases felt like pain in the ass, especially on Expert. On Expert, oh, I would rather fight, Salt Baker with one hand behind my back, blindfolded, than fight Esther, ST on Expert. She's just so... I just despise her, and thank God bless the divine relic. I know I talk trash about the charm, but hear me out. It has its pros and cons, and in plains, plain levels, I hardly see why you wouldn't use the divine relic because it's just that good. So I use the divine relic. Thank God I have it comes equipped with Heart Ring, which is like a given. It's like a lifesaver. But even then, she is able to deplete all my health, and every single one of her phases are equally cancer. Arguably, the last phase is maybe the easiest one, but oh god, even Expert Salt Baker, he even actually play, Expert Salt Baker with Chalice, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but especially the second phase where with those chests dropping from the sky, I always get somehow bonked. It took me a while to figure it out. You just had to stay low, and I was always trying to, to chase my way out of the fight, trying to stay close to her so that I can use the mini bombs, the bombs, and avoid taking damage for all those coins. And why are there so many things happening? Do you know what annoys me the most in the first phase? The fact that you cannot kill those birds. The birds which drop the TNTs. I hate those. Why can you not kill those? Why are they invincible? I don't like it. I want to be able to kill them. So, yeah, I hate that. Other than that, it's pretty... I haven't been hit in a while by those snakes which came out of those snake oil. That is yeah, the fight is very creative. One of the best in the games. Even arguably somewhere up there with Salt Baker, because Salt Baker is a beast too when it comes to just animation and creativity. But again, the fight against ST tells you a story. But the first phase is I'll say is the easiest. The first phase is the easiest out of the four. And yes, she has 4 phases because why not? And the second phase, I feel like the second phase, as long as you stay low, you're fine. Don't try to dodge, and be fancy. No. If you stay fancy, a random chest will come out of the sky and hit you in the head. There's just so many things happening. You have to dodge coins, and the background is kind of yellowish, right? You have to dodge yellow coins. It is so annoying. It feels like the devs have tried. They were arguing about how to make this fight even more irritating. Let's make the background kind of yellowish and make the coins you have to dodge also yellow, right? Doesn't it sound like a great idea? Let's make everything we can to make people suffer even more. In her second phase, I figured as long as you stay low, you're going to be fine. But that's when the chests are actually coming from the sky. But when she is using her vacuum, I figured a great way to deal with that phase, and if you're not good at dodging the coins, and at first I was really afraid of the coins are actually cancer. So I managed to stay really close to her nose. Not too close, not too far, because you don't want to stay too close and hit her nose, or too far and you might be able to, you might risk hitting some things coming from the sky. So not too close, not too far, and it actually works reliably. I'm able to get to phase 3. That's phase 3. Phase 3 is it's not hard. The hardest thing I'll say is trying to parry the parryable sticks, because if you miss them, then you find yourself 9 times out of 10 when I got hit in the third phase. It's because I tried to parry and then I missed the parry, and then the stick came to hit me in my face. Or I just tried to parry so bad I didn't try to see what was happening, and then I hit those fans, or I don't know how to call them. It's like, it's like steaks, fans with hot dogs. It's very weird. The whole fight is weird, but not in a bad way. It's like a very enjoyable fight sometimes. Now phase 4 is actually quite alright. It's not like overwhelming, and all you have to do is dodge the pepper, because yeah, right now she's I don't know what, like, who made this fight? Like, the fight is like, you're like 1 second you're like wow, and then you're like what? Like, the fight is weird but creative at the same time. And again, the reason why I hate her is not because of her design or anything like that. It's just the bullshit. Like, getting hit by bullshit is why I hate the fight. Even the fight against Salt Baker, it makes sense. When you get hit, you're like, oh, it's always the flame. It's always the flame when you get hit in the fight against Salt Baker. But the fourth phase of ST, sometimes, and thank God again you have Smoke Bomb, because Smoke Bombs make everything easier, unless you're a dummy like me, and then you still get hit, and you miss time your dash, and whatever. Getting the S rank for this boss was really hard. It was maybe as hard as getting the S rank with Expert Salt Baker. And it's mostly because those airplane levels, I don't always feel comfortable with them. It doesn't matter the boss, when it's the end plane, I tend to struggle. So ST was like the pinnacle of struggle, because she's a cow, she's annoying, and it's an airplane level, because why not? So yeah, I finally got the S rank, but at what cost? Now I hate her. But again, and again, and again, it's not because she's she's one of the best bosses in the game. Again, everything about her is so creative. It's really hard to hate her for what she looks like. What I hate her for is for what she does. Yes, I hate ST, I hate Esther Winchester, and I wish there were, I so wish there was more bosses like Esther Winchester. But Giselle, you just said you hate the boss. Why would you want more bosses like her? Why? Because the fight is fun. Like, why? I never said the fight was not fun. I just said mostly that I hate the bullshit and the whole fight feels weird. But again, she is amazing when it comes to animations, and the fight is actually challenging, and who is never up for some challenge? Yeah, so I wish there was more bosses like her. Honestly, after you beat, I'll say Dogbone, right? Dogbone dogfight is a very fun fight, especially when the screen flips. It's like one of the most fun and creative fights in the game right now, and I wish they went over the top like that in many other areas with so many other bosses, but it's not the case. So when it comes to sheer challenge, I'll say Salt Baker and ST are right up there, and then everybody else is like average. Like, right, the gnome way out and the moonshine mob, everything seems average compared to those two, in my opinion, at least in my opinion. So yeah, that was it. I hate her, but also I love her. Judge me not, doesn't matter. But I won't be eating sausages or hot dogs or whatever for a while now. Yeah, I'm disgusted. I hate everything. I hate her. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.